Hello, good morning everyone and welcome back to Cases Online platform. Hope you all are doing well. In last class we have discussed about the equations of motion, which are also called as kinematic equations. The three fundamental equations we have discussed and we have solved the problems from that one. That is v equals to u plus at and s equals to v plus half at square and v square equals to u square plus 2as. Okay, so these equations are, I hope, very much familiar with you, and again we have done also, so we have solved the problems from that one, and we have solved the problems when the vehicle apply the brake. After applying the brake, how much distance it will cover. That particular distance we call it as what? We call it as the stopping distance. About this one, you will study very properly, systematically when you enter in the 11th class. So total mechanics is going to be there in your 11th first part. Okay. So now again I go through the kinematic equations. Apart from those three fundamentals, there is one more equation which will help us to find the distance traveled in the given instant of time. I mean in the nth second, in the 7th second, in the 10th second. Okay. So those equations, the problems on that equations we have to go through today. And anyhow, three equations we have which we have already discussed. First one is what? V equals to u plus at, and second equation is s equals to ut plus half at square, and third equation is v square equals to u square plus 2as. Okay, so these are the equations which we have already discussed, and you all know here u is what? Initial velocity, v is final velocity, a is acceleration, and t is what? Time taken for the motion. Okay, so apart from this we have the one more important equation, that is what? About this also you must have studied, that is Sn equals to what you can say, u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. So this is what? This is the equation which gives the distance traveled by the body in nth second, or in given time, or in the 10th second, 11th second. So if you want to calculate what is the distance traveled in 100 seconds, you can use this formula. You may ask me then, what about this formula? We are already having this s equals to ut plus half at square. This will give you total distance traveled in a t second. You don't want to know what is the distance traveled in a t second. You want to know what is the distance traveled in tth second. There is a lot of difference. What this equation will give you, suppose you are having the your vehicle is starting from here. Okay, so suppose this is the distance s. So to travel this much, suppose it has taken say some 5 seconds. Okay, so this formula will give you yes. So this will give you distance traveled in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, in total 5 seconds, how much distance it has traveled. But suppose if you want to know what is the distance, traveled or traveled in fifth second. See, lot of difference. This is what this s is, a distance traveled in 5 seconds. Say it may be say 100. Okay, so s may be equals to 100. So 100 meter is what? 100 meter is the distance traveled in 5 seconds. Okay, but what you want what is the distance traveled in 5th second? Only in 5th second what is the distance traveled is important. So how to calculate that? See, suppose if you are having, if your vehicle travel 100 meter, so say suppose say some 100 meter, this is what the total travel in 5 seconds. Okay, what is the, you have to find what is distance traveled in 4 seconds. In 4 seconds it may travel this much distance. Okay, in 4 seconds it may travel say some 70 meters. Okay, now what you want? In 4 seconds your vehicle came here. In 5 seconds it come to it came to this point, means at the destination. You want to know what is the distance, what is this distance, I mean what is the distance traveled in 50 seconds. What you are calculating, actually you are calculating what is the distance traveled in 1 second, but not at the beginning. You are calculating distance traveled in that 1 second at the end, or it may be in the between. Okay, so that is what we call it as the distance traveled in nth second. So that is what we have. We will take as Sn equals to. That is how we can calculate. So how we can calculate? To calculate this distance, what you have to do here is, so distance traveled in 5 seconds. Distance traveled in 5 seconds. If you want to calculate distance traveled in 5th second, what you have to do? This distance minus this distance will give you what? Will give you this distance. Okay, distance traveled in 5th second. So what you can write? You can write it as 100 minus 70. Okay, so that will give you what? Distance traveled in 5th second. Okay, so see here, if you know this one and this one, you have to subtract and you will get the answer. So now our aim is to what will be the formulas. Okay, so we have to derive this formula with the help of the same technique. We have to take use of this formula and just we have to derive the next required formula. That is what the distance traveled in nth second. Okay, so we'll derive what is the distance traveled in nth second. Okay, so suppose to come from here to here, suppose if your vehicle takes the say n seconds. Okay, so it will take n seconds to come from here to here. Okay, now what you want to calculate? You want to calculate what is distance traveled in last nth second. This is what nth second. If this is n, what will be the this point? This is going to be n minus 1 second. Okay, so to cover this much distance, if it takes 10 seconds, here it is going to be 10, here it is going to be what? 9 seconds. So similarly, here it is time is n second, here time is what? Time elapsed is n minus 1 second. Now what you want to calculate? You want to calculate what is this distance. Okay, so if you calculate this one, Sn and Sn minus 1. So if you know these two things, if you subtract Sn minus Sn minus 1, so obviously you will get what? You will get this one. This is was Sn second. Okay, so to calculate distance traveled in n seconds, not n second, in n seconds, you can use this formula. Okay, so what you can write for this one? You have to take u, you can take as it is, initial velocity u equals to u only. So acceleration you take as it is a only. T you take it as what? N. Okay, if you take t equals to n, so write formula Sn equals to u. T equals to what? T equals to n. Un plus half an square. Okay, so this is what distance traveled in n seconds. Okay, so remember what? In n seconds, distance traveled in n seconds. Now calculate this distance. What is the distance traveled in n minus 1 second? So Sn minus 1 equals to u. In place of t, now what it will become? In place of t, it will become n minus 1. U and a as it is, t will become n minus 1. So Sn minus 1 is equals to u. In place of t, substitute n minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 whole square. Okay, so this is what the distance traveling n minus 1 seconds, not n minus 1 seconds, n minus 1 seconds. Okay, so now better if we simplify this one. If we simplify, what we will get? We will get it as like right here. Okay, so now what you want? Directly I will calculate what is the distance traveled. What you want actually? Distance traveled. Distance traveled in nth second. So how it will come? It will come it as Sn equals to distance traveled in n second minus distance traveled in n minus 1 second. Okay, so I will write that only as n minus n minus 1. Okay, so now, so substitute what is Sn. Sn is here. Sn is un plus half an square. Okay, so Sn is un plus half an square minus, so what is that? Minus un minus 1 plus half an minus 1 square, because we are substitute Sn minus 1. So we will write in bracket. Okay, so here un minus 1 plus half an minus 1 the whole square. Okay, so this is what, so Sn equals to, so un plus half an square, you just multiply this one, minus write as it is, un minus u plus half a, can we expand this one, n minus 1 the whole square means a minus b the whole square. So what you can write n square plus 1 minus 2n. So this is going to be expansion. So substitute un plus half an square minus again un minus u as it is. This is what, this is half an square plus half a. This 2 will get cancelled, so minus plus minus, so it will become minus an. Okay, so now we can answer whatever get cancelled here, plus un, this plus minus minus, so these 2 will get cancelled. Half an square is plus, and here this minus plus will become what? Again minus, so plus half an square minus half an square will get cancelled. Okay, so just now we have to rearrange the terms which we left with. Okay, so now this is minus and this is minus will become plus u, so then plus half a minus, so it will become minus half a, minus minus plus means plus an. So totally we have left with Sn equals to u plus an minus half a. Take common a and 1 by 2. Sn is equals to u plus a, take it common, 2 also take it common. Here divided by 2 is not there, so you have to multiply by 2. So write n as it is. A by 2 you have taken outside, means what left is 1. Okay, so this is what the formula of distance travelled in n seconds. Suppose if they ask what is the distance travelled in 100 seconds, just your work is to substitute n equals to 100. If they ask for what is the distance travelled in 20 seconds, just substitute 20. What is u and v? They are common. U is what initial velocity, a is what acceleration. So that is what the formula which they are given is Sn equals to u plus ay through 2n minus 1. So the same equations we got here, that is what the derivation. That is not much required, but you have to remember the how the things come. Okay, so it's good if we know the how that equation came. Otherwise, you can just remember the equation. Not a problem. So let me take a simple example. So suppose there is a vehicle which is going on the horizontal road. Suppose your vehicle is here, person is driving the vehicle. Yeah, assume that it's a vehicle, it may not also. So if this vehicle started from rest, or you want to take something, obviously you can take it as it is already going with say some 20 meters per second as the initial velocity. So later what will happen, he starts accelerating. So as acceleration starts, so he gives the acceleration of say some 10 meters per second, and they are asking what is the distance travelled in say 5th second. So what is the distance travelled in fifth second. Okay, means yes, fifth they are asking. Obviously, so all the things whatever required for the formula they are given. So what is that one? U they have given initial velocity u equals to what? 20 meter per second. Then what else? Acceleration they are given. Acceleration is 10 meter per second. Then what they are asking? Distance traveled in fifth second. Distance traveled in fifth second is what? Distance traveled in fifth second, that is n equals to 5 they are given. N equals to 5. Okay. So can you calculate that one? So apply the formula. What is the formula? S5 equals to u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. U is 20 plus a n by 2 2 into n is what? N is 5 minus 1. Protect as 25, it is 2 into 5. Okay. So 20 plus n by 2 5. This is what? 10 minus 1, it will become 9. Okay. So 20 plus this will become some 45. Okay. So now 45 and 20 total will become 65 meters. So this is what the distance traveled in fifth second. Okay. So what you got? Yes, fifth equals to 65 meter total. Let me try to check here about the formula. I want to calculate what is the distance traveled in fourth seconds. Okay. So what will be the distance traveled in fourth second? Or instead of that one, let me calculate what is the distance traveled in 5 seconds, not fifth second. I want to show that distance traveled in fifth second is different, in 5 seconds is different. Okay. If I want to calculate what is distance traveled, distance in 5 seconds. Distance in 5 seconds is what you apply that formula. What is that? S equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. So here t will become what? T will become 5 because they are given. So S equals to ut. U is what? Say 20 into t is 5 plus half. A is what? A is say 10. T square means 5 plus 5. Okay. So this is what? 20 into 500 and plus this is 5 and that will become what? 25. Okay. 5 square is 25. So 10 by 2 is 5. So this will become what? Total 100 and this is what? 25 into 5 125. Total is 225 meter. This is distance traveled in 5 seconds. This is distance traveled in fifth second. They are not same. Okay. This is distance traveled in total 5 seconds. This is distance traveled in only fifth second. Last fifth second means it is in 1 second distance. That is what total 5 second distance. Let me calculate what is the total distance traveled in 4 seconds, not in fourth second. Distance traveled in 4 seconds, not fourth. I am mentioning properly, so take care of that one. In 4 seconds. So what you can substitute, use this formula only. S equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. So what is u again? 20, t is 4 plus half, a is 10 and this is what? 4 the square. So 20 into 4 80 and this is what? 5 into, so 4 60. Okay. So now if you calculate this one, what it will become? It will become 80 and plus this is what? Some 80 will become. Okay. So this will also become 80. So total will be what? 160 meter. This is what distance traveled in 4 seconds. This is what distance traveled in 5 seconds. So now I have to check whether my answer is right or wrong. Distance traveled in fifth second, whether it is right or wrong. So distance traveled in 5 seconds, how much you got? In 5 seconds from here to here. So your vehicle started from here. Okay. So your vehicle started from here. So what is the distance traveled in 5 seconds? This answer, 225. Distance traveled is 225 from here to here. Okay. Now, what is the distance traveled in 4 seconds? in 4 seconds, distance traveled is from here to here, you can take 4. So distance traveled how much again? 160. To come till here what? It has taken 4 seconds. To come here it has taken 5 seconds. This is what? This is nothing but your 5th second. Distance traveled in 5th second. So if you subtract these two, you should get this value. What distance traveled in 5th second. So shall I do that? Distance traveled in 5th second is equals to 225 minus 160. So 225 minus 160. 160 is 240, 40 plus 25, and that is going to be what? 65. Yes or no? 160, 40, so 65. So 65 meter, you are getting the same answer. You can do as usual your method with the help of the fundamental equation, or directly you can apply. So if you look at the total procedure, you will understand which is the better. If you directly apply formula, also it will come. If you go through the your normal usual method, then also it will come. But try to understand the concept, what actually we are doing. That is what required in your competitive exams. Okay. So you should be able to the understand the situation, and you should take the decision what we have to follow at that instead of. Okay. So better remember the formula SN equals to U plus A by 2 minus. So let me take one more example, so you can understand where to apply which formula. Okay. So think that there is a car, okay, which is moving with, say, just you can say some 5 meter per second. Very slowly. Just I am taking a simple numbers. So what will happen? He may be applying the brake or something. Okay. So if you apply the brake, what will happen? Acceleration becomes deceleration, retardation, negative acceleration. It will start opposing because your vehicle velocity is decreasing. Okay. So acceleration they have given say 2, but it is not acceleration. It is what? Retardation or deceleration. Okay. So that means E equals to what you have to take? You have to take minus 2 meter per second square. Okay. So they may ask the question. One is you can say when car comes to rest. When car comes to rest, they are asking at what time car comes to rest. And second question, distance traveled in 2 seconds. Third question is distance traveled in second. Okay. So this is what mainly you have to understand. They are asking separately distance traveled in 2 seconds, distance traveled in seconds. Okay. So now first one, when car comes to rest. When car comes to rest means they have given initial velocity u equals to what is that? 5 meter per second. They have given acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is minus 2 meter per second square. What they are asking? They are asking time when car comes to rest. So yeah, when car comes to rest. So if a car comes to rest, what will happen? Its velocity will become what? 0, means it is coming to rest. So final velocity will be what? Final velocity will be 0. So all these things are given, and they are asking t, which formula you can apply here. So you can go through all your fundamentals formula, 4 formulas, 3 formulas, and having then try to solve it. So what you want to calculate? You want to calculate t, and you all know u, v, so you can apply v equals to u plus at. So v is what? V is 0, u is 5, plus a is minus 2, t you have to calculate, that's all. So 5 it will become minus when it comes on this side, equals to minus 2t. So t equals to 5 by 2, that is say 2.5 seconds. That's okay. So in 2.5 seconds car comes to rest. The next question is what they are asking. What is distance traveled in 2 seconds? You have to calculate. Yes. What they are given? They are given u. They have given, and they have given what? V also. A also they are given minus 2 meter per second square. So what you have calculated? Yes. So you can use here both s equals to ut plus half at square, or you can use v square equals to u square plus 2x also. Okay. So whichever comfortable that you can use. So which one should I use? Can I use s equals to ut plus half at square? But that is what time consuming. Let me use that one, please. No problem, because I want to make you feel difference between these two questions. So where we have to apply which formula? In 2 seconds, I will apply s equals to ut plus half at squared. Okay. So s equals to u is what? U is 5t. T they have given, say t equals to 2 seconds, because they are asking distance traveled in 2 seconds. So you take it as t equals to 2. So 5 into 2 plus half. A is minus 2. T is what? 2 the square. So s equals to, this is 10 minus 2 will get cancelled, minus 4. So this is what? 6 meter. 6 meter is the what? 6 meter is the distance traveled in 2 seconds. Okay. Next question is what is the distance traveled in second. So here you have to take n equals to 2, and you have to apply the formula what? You have to apply the formula Sn equals to what is that? U plus a by 2n minus 1. Okay. So what is u? U is there 5 plus a by 2. A is what? Minus 2 divided by 2. 2 into again n is what? 2 minus 1. Okay. So this 2 will get cancelled. So 5 plus this 4 minus 1 3. So this is negative is there. So minus 3. So 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3, that will become what? 2 meters. See here, a lot of difference. The distance traveled in 2 seconds is 6 meter. Distance traveled in second is what? 2 meter. Okay. So you can guess what is the distance traveled in first second. Distance traveled in first second is going to be what? In second 2 meter. In total 2 seconds 6 meter, means distance traveled in first second maybe 6 minus 4 meter like that. So just you try to separate those two questions. Second one and third one. Distance traveled in 2 seconds, distance traveled in second. Similarly, if they ask 3 second, third second, 10 second, 10th second, 10 second, nth second. So that we should be able to differentiate. Okay.